Hi everyone, it's Paul again. So today I'm going to talk about the joy of owning the JLC Master Compressor Geographic, Jeager LeCoultre. Normally, people say no, I talk about really expensive watches over £20,000 or whatever. But today I want to talk about watches of great value, which are relatively low cost to actually own. And today this one is a discontinued model, but I think it represents great value. Now in watch collecting, I think it's important to know how to buy watches of great value for the price and get the maximum benefit of the watch. And it really doesn't matter if it's too expensive or not, but if you're in a position of limited spending power, one has to enjoy the watch that you have, experience the pleasure of the experience and the reason that model came out, and wear it for some time. And when you had the enjoyment from it and you feel like you want to change to another model, you could probably release them and move on to another piece. But with older pieces like the JLC, I think is reasonably priced and it won't break the bank. So even if you purchase it and you own it and you cannot resell it, you could keep it within your collection. Now, I place this watch in the daily wear category because JLC doesn't do many sports watches, but I think the sports watches they do, like the Polaris and probably the older version, these ones I think are just really good for wearing daily wear. Now, prices of this has dropped over the years. I don't know why JLC doesn't retain its value that much on the older pieces. So in the case like this, I think that it's a bargain to pick these up, especially on the bracelet. Now the other thing I like about it is that this one's been put through the JLC's 1000 hours master compressor test. So it's had all the tests run through it, the anti-magnetic, water resistant, shock resistant, is COSC certified, and it's just an extremely accurate and precise piece. Now about JLC as a company, it's been around a long time, since 1833 in Switzerland, and they've made so many great watches in the past. They're famous for obviously the reverso, as we see here. And but personally, from my perception of JLC, is that I've seen a lot of their watches and they have some really great complications that are really outstanding. So they, in terms of watchmaking, they've been through the whole complication life cycle. They've made very expensive watches, one of the most difficult watches to make. They've gone through, hand engraved skeleton watches, everything that you could think under the sun. And also some of the, most famous watchmakers and influencers used to work for JLC as well, like Gunther Blumlein, Philip Dufour, and there's a lot of, and they commissioned a lot of pieces out as contractors to make the watches for them. So they've made movements for Lange, VC, AP, etc. and a host, and so many great people's worked for them for the time. But I still don't understand why some of the pieces don't, keep their value. Personally, they've done it all, and I think they just got tired of doing so many great things. And currently, the modern pieces that they have now, I think is quite simple, and it doesn't really truly reflect how brilliant they are as a company. Hence, I'm looking at some of their older pieces to get the value of those, and this is just one great piece. Now this watch is a 41.5 millimeter size in diameter, and it's 14 millimeter in terms of thickness. and it's the reference Q171817 It has a 40-hour power reserve, and in the hand it has a premium weight to it. And let's put it on the wrist and have a look. Sorry, the light is reflecting. See this? And it only costs about £4,000 to £5,000, you know, as a full set as well. So I have this affinity with watches of you know, world timers, and hence the reason why I went for this piece. Now let me just take this off. So as you can see, there's a few main features of this watch, in that there's two crowns, and it has this unique feature of setting, so you don't have to turn it. It has this little crown here that you twist to unlock. So when it goes into a red part, that's when you could adjust it, and the white part locks it down. So if you're wearing gloves, or you know, in a water environment, you could easily adjust this. Now the top part changes the time zone, the 24 time zone at the bottom. Okay, it's relatively easy to use. So you got the local time, which is the main time at the top here, and the sub dial here represents the time zone. So this crown here at the top adjusts the time zone at the bottom part, and the bottom one adjusts the hour for both the top and the bottom when you have it fully pulled out. If you pull it at halfway, you could adjust the hours to sync them up from the bottom time zone, secondary time zone. And then you have the calendar there, which you set by this pin pusher here. Relatively easy to change. And on top of that, you have the AM and PM time for the different time zone. So you can see that turning. Let's have a look at it again. If you look at the back here, that's the master compressor, solid built. So if you get this, what I recommend you do is get it in the stainless steel bracelet. They're relatively hard to find in the steel bracelet. So get it first with the bracelet, and you could easily change it to a strap later if you want that versatility on how you like to wear it. Check it out. Like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.